Welcome back to my channel. My name is Judith and this is Urban Wanderlust Studios. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing candle label requirements. If you're new to candle making, I bet you didn't know that legally you're required to have very specific information on your candle label. And that's exactly what we're going to be going over today. But before we get started on today's video, like and give this video a thumbs up and hit that little notification bell so that you're aware the next time we post new videos. So if you didn't know, spoiler alert, candle making is not just about making beautiful candles and selling them and making all this fabulous money, although I do wish that for you, but I need you to be educated because an educated business owner can then educate their customers. So let's go over a couple of things that legally need to be on your candles. Hey there, interrupting this video really quick to talk about my wholesale supplier handbook. After 7 years in the handmade industry, I decided to put all of my knowledge into one book to give you access to all of the suppliers it took years for me to find. Why should you waste hours looking online trying to find reputable supplies, products, and services for your business? And it's not just candle suppliers either. It's skincare, hair care, cosmetics, technology, and software tools too. The list goes on. If you're ready to expand your resources, download my supplier book today. Linked below. So as a business owner, you need to make sure that you're clearly educating your audience as to the precautions of candle safety, not only to protect you and your business, but also to educate your customers. This way, you're providing crucial information on how to trim the wick, how to properly burn the candle, and what materials were used in this candle. Now, the label is such an important factor of a product. Now, how many times you go to a store and you immediately are attracted to a product because of the product itself, but also because of the label. It has a beautiful design, cool features. So you pick up the product, you look at the label, and what's the first thing you do? You turn it around, you start looking at the ingredients, what it's made out of, what it contains, whatever. You're looking at the labels. The label making process is such an extremely important part of your business, and you cannot skip these details that need to be on it. So let's get started with the very first label that you need to work on, and that's your primary label. Your primary label is the label that's front and center. It's the first one that the customers see. It's the one with your business name, your fragrance name, and all that good stuff. So what actually needs to be on your primary label? So according to the Fair Label and Packaging Act, your label needs to include the following information: identity of commodity. And basically what that means is it indicates, what is this product? Is it a sponge? Is it a candle? Is it wax melts? Whatever it is, it needs to be on the actual front of the label. Then your weight. You can use ounces, grams, but it should be the net weight of your candle, not including the weight of the container. And if you can't figure out how to find your net weight of your product, excluding the vessel jar, watch my previous video where I explain how to find basic candle math, and I actually show you how to find the net weight of your wax as opposed to including your candle vessel. The next information you need on it is your company name. It's your legal name or the name that you're doing business as, and your location. A lot of people kind of like, I don't know if I want to put my home address on the label. Everybody's gonna know where I live, but guess what? If you're shipping from your home, they're kind of going to find out where you live anyway from the shipping address, or maybe you're using a PO box. But a workaround around that is at least you need to have your city, state, and zip code on there. Or if you have a PO box somewhere where they can send the product back to, or you can legally be contacted as a business where they can reach you, you can put a PO box number there. But for myself, what I did on my candles was I just had my city, state, and zip code for a long time. And then once I moved into a building with a doorman and everything, I just put my whole address in there, because if someone's trying to get me, they got to get through the doorman first, so whatever. And then a few other things that are nice to have, but not legally required, only on your primary label, it's not legally required, is the type of wax you're using, like soy wax, virgin coconut wax, whatever, you can put that on there. That's just a nice to have. It's not legally required. Your burn time, if you want to put that on there, it's a nice to have. Also, how was it made? Was it handmade, hand poured, slow batch, whatever, all those little nice little fluffy things to add to your primary label, those are nice to have. But the important things for you to focus on are the legal requirements that I mentioned. Now, let's get into the safety label. The safety label goes on the bottom of your product. Now, this is the bread and butter of all the labels. This is where all of the real information really needs to go. So every candle is required by law to have 3 essential rules on your candle. And the first one is burn within sight, keep away from combustibles, can't even say that word, keep away from combustibles, and keep away from children. That's it. Legally, you just need those 3 things. Other nice to haves that people end up adding are information on how to trim the wick, how long you should burn the candle for, things like that. Personally, for my business, what I included on my safety label were the 3 rules that I just mentioned. And then I think I had one of those nice little photos that everyone puts on their candle labels. There is a place that you can download those photos from. I'll try to find it and link it below. It's actually from the National Candle Association. They provide free downloadable pictograms of fire safety rules and things like that. So that's nice to have. So some other details that I added to my safety label, aside from those 3 rules that I just mentioned, was my business name, my business website, so that people know where to find me and how to shop from me in case they gifted my candle to somebody else, and also my business address. So instead of putting my business address on the main label, I put it on the bottom, so that this way my primary label was kept minimal, clean, and somewhat chic. So safety labels should always talk about how to trim the wick, how often to trim the wick, also include the proper measures of where to burn your candle and how to burn your candle. Always encourage your customers to keep the candles away from flammable materials and on a steady surface. So that's really all that needs to be on your candle label. I can't tell you how many times my clients ask me this, like what exactly needs to be on there? Because there's so much different information out there, and then you see what other candle makers are doing, and hey, this person doesn't have their home address on it, or they don't even do this. But legally, this is what you need. I'm actually gonna be working on a quick little candle label requirement guide, just a quick little cheat sheet that you guys can reference when making your labels. I'll link it down below in the description and also make it available in my Stan store along with my other resources. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Leave me your comments below as to whether or not you're adding this information on your labels, if you were doing it, if you weren't, if you're not even gonna change it because you like the way that your labels work. That's all good too. But thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.